And you're going with your ESP nuke.
Swampy. I'm going with Swampy.
You're going with the flick roller. I really like that line. This disc is so understable, but look at this one. You've outdriven and rolled right back to it. You're parked. A little overturned there at the end. James going rock 3, I believe.
Rock. We'll just call that one a rock 2.
Yeah. Austin Hannum right now going for 18 straight pars. Hopefully he can get his first birdie of the round here. Sets up so well for his forehand. And I think we're going to have a nice tap-in birdie per
He deserves it. He deserves it to round out that 9 with a nice little tap-in. Ooh, with a follow flight.
I like that. Especially that little bit of roll at the end was very nice. Austin has definitely been scrambling to not take any bogeys and not get any birdies. That is a hard thing to do at Northwoods Gold. Almost give us an unforgettable memory, splashing out of the ace, hitting the pole and falling out. And do we have a repeat?
Basically.
Not quite the right height, but everything else was dialed in perfect.
It just lands so soft. That thing's going down. I thank you for doing this.
Yep.
Because this is not easy, and it takes a lot of power to get this thing to carry that far. And throwing the backhand shot like James and Kevin both do, this just gives me an anxiety attack.
Oh, gosh, it is such a pretty line. And James, oh my God, off the Cajun, just like he left off last year, drawing some metal. James Conrad, he seems to be all over the basket here at Northwoods Gold.
So we didn't know what happened from the tee. We just heard the crowd kind of get excited, and we thought, oh, maybe you hit the pole, but that was inches from being in. I'm making all these weird faces.
Wow, come on. That was insane.
Nuke.
Z-Nuke?
Z-Nuke, yep.
Oh, that is just smoked. Oh, my goodness. This is looking a bit too tight.
Is it, though?
Oh, okay, maybe not.
So at least he'll have a putt for the par.
Gregg's so good at this shot. Just looked like there was nothing in the way.
There really isn't. Yeah, he was calling for it to go in. He put the finger up.
You really need to be able to see what obstacles are where in the fairway. Gregg just bullet.
He's so good at that.
That is such an awesome shot.
This deserves this. Notice how he just kind of barely does the little flick of the wrist. Mm-hmm. And that gets so much spin and power up the hill. Now, there is a head cross on this one, which is making it a bit more difficult. Ricky has a wide high.
Oh,
perfect.
God, that's so good.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. And here it is.
And that's a lot of trust, a lot of height. That has plenty of distance. Oh, and sticks it in the bullseye next to the pin.
We're aware of it, so going above or below it is very important.
Well, thanks, actually, because I wasn't aware of it, and now I'm going to be thinking about it all day tomorrow.
You see his disc?
Presnell.
Get in there.
2 players are right there on the PDG, or is that a PDJ pad or a Disc Golf Pro Tour pad?
It's a
PDGT. Professional Disc Golf Tour.
Let's see right here. PDGA.
Okay, it was. Wow. Mm-hmm. No digits for you. Stop flirting.
Barsby's never going to miss that shot, really, in this situation right here.
And that looks really good. They need to sit down, though.
Oh, that's great.
Incredible. Rarely 2 holes on the course.
I think the next hole's pretty difficult as well.
And Rick's got this one turning the right direction.
He gives it a clap. This is going to be nice.
Yes.
McBeth going with his Luna. That needs to stable up. It is trying. That helps.
Oh, yes, it does. And Paul parks it. Yeah, you probably know. I don't know.
I'm the same as you. I don't know.
We're all just guessing. This needs to go for Kevin.
Go in.
Oh, yeah. Such a fine line of a perfect shot, parking this hole and just connecting the top of that fence and having to go 380 feet back to the drop zone.
And now Kevin is gone. Birdie, par, birdie. Get right back to even.
And this is a bonus birdie. And honestly, I think for most of the field.
One kind of technical hole before that in hole 4.
Yeah.
But this one's just grab your straightest shot.
And Paul's straightest shot in this situation is a little mild flex with the Z zone. And I think Anthony is going with a stable mid-range. Just needs to miss that last one. Oh, almost drawing some cage action. Kevin, however, will be going with, I believe, a disc out of my collection, the Garrett Gurthie PA4. And that's a
awesome.
park job.
Or really easy to get the nose angle wrong and then send you into that tower, which, like you said, a bunch of rollers come off of that, and then good luck.
And Kevin's got enough power on this. I think this should air past the tower, and that's going to be just under the pin. Perfect shot. Nice and high, and so many times when you see a shot with that much height, it doesn't quite have the distance to get around that tower. Ricky just going shot for shot, throwing his backhand rock. This is on a really good line.
But it's definitely not a gimme.
Yeah, that's the third easiest hole, but it's the first non-gimme easy hole.
Yeah.
Like
That
hole
makes
7
sense.
and hole 11 feel like gimmies. This is one you have to work for.
Dude, go.
Simon loves it.
Nice
And
shot.
what's not to love is Clemons has
That was
piped
sick.
it.
I got a good spot over here on the right.
Well, a tall guy like yourself might be able to see the flag stick sometimes, but somebody like me has never seen it.
Yeah, it's there.
Chris just threw that like he saw the flags.
This is really nice. That's exactly how you draw it up.
Yeah, a few different plays. This looks perfect.
Oh, this is going to be money.
Beautiful drone shot.
Almost in the chips again. That is an A++ effort going down there. So it's not like you're trying to put the brakes on. You're just trying to get something through this gap. And sometimes the basket just gets in the way for something like that.
And that's as good as you're going to see
goodness, look at
backhands
that.
thrown on this hole.
Wow. Steve with a standstill. And that's obviously a move that he has spent so much time in his career working on, that type of shot just like that. And that's going to be a tap-in. A little bit longer than you typically see when a disc hits those trees. But still, it's bogey.
This looks great. And the interesting thing about this hole is when it's calmer. That's awesome.
Fantastic shot from Dan parking hole 5. Wow.
But when it's calmer, you can actually throw kind of a spike hyzer over all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And once it gets windy, it's actually a really tight gap that you have to hit.
Look at this. This is just, you cannot draw it any better than that. That is
Absolutely. Okay. I played with Eagle, McBeth, and Ricky yesterday. I rolled over like a stink bug.
James throwing the beautiful backhand turnover, parking it.
We're also to a stretch that you really want to start getting those birdies. This 3-hole stretch right here.
And Dan.
Here's James.
Yeah, those two playing together. That's funny. Oh, dude, he just went putter from there.
God, look, that's so annoyingly good.
That is really good.
To think about for all these other players in the course. We are on the wooded hole course at Brewster Ridge. And Kevin Jones is going to start off with a nice birdie.
I'm guessing he's going to throw the exact same line.
Sure, try to match that. And that's got a lot more height, but that's drifting back towards the basket.
Oh, he nicks the chains.
It almost starts off with a highlight. That'll be parked for the birdie, but man, almost makes it rain. Hardly ever see that height utilized with a forehand, but I guess with a mid-range, you can do that and still keep the disc close to the basket. And there's a great view of how nice and wide open that approach is, and Kevin does take advantage of it, and he is in the mulch pile.
So money.
Is Kevin a genius?
Yeah. It's so good.
So mad.
A pretty easy save, but early on is not so good.
This is good.
That is so under it.
Yeah.
Never
Great shot,
seen a
James.
shot that good on this hole.
Yeah, and Kevin calling that.
Can't write that one any better.
That's pretty much a replay of.
He just threw one over the entire forest a couple holes ago. Didn't even hit a chain. Got the bird. I think this kid could manage.
Nice shot, James.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll say.
The flex shot on there is the right shot.
It is.
It really is. It's just
It's a low ceiling.
makes the fairway bigger. It's just easy to kind of yank it in those woods on the right, which is terrifying. But James is like, I ain't
So
scared of
important.
nothing.
And Eagle sliding that up there all the way. That is such perfect nose angle control. As you can see at the tail end of this flight, just catching the back edge of the disc on the grass, and there's just nothing that can slow it down until those roots.
Yeah. Slow clap.
Yep, and McBeth having to go the turnover approach. This is looking like it's holding a nice line, and that is absolutely
Nice.
parked.
Thank you.
A little bit early. He is taking on those trees. Get through them.
Oh, wow. And just the absolute sweetest reaction off that initial tree. I can't wait to see this from the reverse angle.
2 inches left, and this thing is down the hill. But
Watch this sweet little movement. Oh, right there.
Love
Picks
it.
up and best in the game at that, without question. I mean, it can be a bit scary because those limbs really stick out over the water, and you can't really see it that well from the tee box how far they do stick out.
Oh.
That was really nice.
So nice, baby.
That was really nice.
Garrett,
Thanks, Todd.
certainly, I think out of bounds long was coming into Garrett's mind here at the very last bit of this flight.
I think he was worried about the tree he hit.
Oh, whether it would kick back in the water.
Right.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
He's never missed a turbo foot.
Throw a grenade from closer.
Garrett going Sonic.
Asking
Go in.
for it to go in.
How did he know that he was so online? The guy is a
Hit the
magician with
pole
the
right on
Sonic.
top.
Eagle likes it. He's going to try the same thing.
This is just a shot that I question it, but I see it work out so many times.
Wow.
Nice shot,
Are
Eagle.
you kidding me? And Garrett has done exactly that.
This is going to go deep.
This is just
Yeah.
beautiful. What a
boy.
way to rebound from that 3-putt
Little
on hole
Firebird.
15.
Little Firebird.
Pick roller, and I think this is a Essence, which is very unstable, so I'm going to guess roller.
And guess correctly, you have done here. And this just is kind of a bit of a luck play, and Kyle has done that perfectly. The reason I say luck play is there is a pretty prominent ditch at the bottom of the hill, and
I've thought the same thing, but over the years, more and more people are doing this, throwing the roller, and it just seems to just get over that ditch. And
Yeah, it almost hits the pole there. That is an absolutely fantastic shot.
yeah, him and Eagle.
And Rick.
Get
do it
flat.
again. Garrett, do it again.
You know what we call that?
Ugh.
2 G's flat. My account can handle that.
Oh my God! Stop it. Garrett once again recreating the magic of round 1, throwing a Firebird on this hole. What are you thinking with that disc? That thing must be beat up. But Paul needs to be careful here. This is a scary approach no matter how good your tee shot is. And he goes flexing. This is just perfect. Totally perfect.
Like there was a magnet on it. Oh, this is
The other players
dangerous.
are kind of having to abbreviate the run-up.
Dunzo.
Oh, but that hyzer's back.
Really?
And Ricky's just done something I don't think I've ever seen.
There's some love involved with this shot, everybody. As soon as you turn this over, especially as you can see with the right to left wind, a lot of times you'll catch anything right there, kind of kick, pound it into the water. But
See if Kyle can read the wind here.
now notice how his never gets to Anheuser
Yep.
and then is able to come in.
Just
Oh, wow.
This is exactly what we saw. Okay, so Kyle came up to me and asked for a follow flight. And so I said, you're going to have to throw the same shot again. If you want to get a follow flight, do the same thing. And I don't know. I think that's the same. We're getting a flashback to round 2. Okay, so this is literally the same exact shot. All right, you get your follow flight, and you get 2 of them.
Calvin is putting together a very solid back 9 with 5 under par on the last 6 holes.
And
Let's
sneaking through everything. That's going to be a tap in on hole 16. Was that down the middle or was that left side the whole way?
I think he went through this left gap and then just had the right disc.
That's missing the line just barely, but you pick the right disc and you throw it hard enough. And Paul with a nice release.
Come on, give me a skip. Go in.
Oh my God. Yeah. How do you just call for a skip in high grass and then get it counter flare to the basket to a tap in?
Yeah, it's like muddy down there and stuff.
What is that? How do you know this is going to happen?
Well, let's see.
Oh my goodness.
Underestimated the 435 foot. Now this is the one. Once it gets over, then it starts to push, and now it's swinging with that tailwind, that tail cross right to left, and that was beautiful.
And Garrett going with an Emperor, one of the few guys that has the power to go hyzer and still get there.
That is so.
Oh my God.
That poor basket. If that thing finds any sort of change, that thing is.
You were
Cutting
calling go in right about here. You already knew that thing had a great chance, and my goodness, it looked like it was in from the second hit left his hand. Oh, the right height as it flashes by the change. And a little tip of the cap to Nate Sexton, not able to join us this year on tour for COVID reasons, but his discs are still flying out here. This is your Raptor.
Go in. Go in. Come on.
Oh no, dude.
No, but it went in, I think. It went in.
See if Garrett can learn something from his in the line. This looks pretty good.
A Rock 3 coming in hot.
Oh, it's in there. Let's go, dude. Woo! I pulled it back.
I did it.
Did it stay?
Yeah.
Did it.
Yes.
I did it again.
Oh my God.
I did it. That was it again.
Dead
never-
center.
Thank
Was
you.
that a getter?
That was a rock 3.
Rock 3?
Oh, yeah.
Here you go,
rock
bud.
3.
Wow, that was a lot of chaos.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
chaos after that, man.
Okay, so cool. Like Garrett throws a beautiful shot and he gets the ace. But what I want people to pay attention to is the high five double fist dodge that you did after Garrett goes back. Like,
Go in.
yeah, that looks so good. Actually will have to say that is exactly what I did today. That is so. Once you hear that sound and it's blind, you're just expecting to see the disc roll back down the hill. So I'm sure Paul was thinking that for just a second, but that's exactly where I came to. That Thomas going super tight, but getting past that, and that's going to be under the basket. Don't roll too much. Oh, that was perfect. And look how tight Thomas keeps this to be able to park it. That is just such a trusting shot.
And it's great to see that angle from the tee pad.
This is a bit tight.
You keep saying that.
Why am I so bad at what I do? And a Z-Force coming in nicely. Yeah, that's a great shot. Hole 18 has been the hardest hole in the course all week. Ended up being hole 14 in the last round. That is going to be a birdie. You're going to have the tee box once again, dude. You are on fire.
I'm like the guy who just gets the dinkers. Like, if it's under 300 feet,
Yeah.
ride it up. Make up your mind.
He also has a disc when he putts that blocks the sun out. This could go in. The circle.
Bullseye. Come on. Go in.
Dunk it.
The disc, if it's not controlled perfectly with the right angle out of the hand, it will move left quickly.
This looked very wide, which is probably to his advantage.
And using the wind, absolute park job for Simon.
Nice, get a follow flight here. Really hard to track the disc against the bright sky. You can see he gets really wide and the wind gets under it, pushes it over to the basket. Fantastic shot. Also a little overturned. See what the trees do for Simon.
Oh, wow. Even for a monster player like myself, that is a wide sucker up there, boy. Nikko tight, but a good flat straight skip, and he is parked.
Nice.
That's good for a follow flight. And that's pretty textbook right there.
Yeah, through the wind, no problem.
And Drew, a player who has one time on camera smashed the dead center of the basket here. Unfortunately, it did not stay in. But if anyone understands the hyzer line on this one, it's him.
And he proves it. Wow. Such great speed on the pull through for Emerson.
And this hole is just too easy for these guys. Just everyone in the circle. American chestnut.
Yeah, a very stiff branched tree. So if you catch any part of it, you're not likely to get through.
And look at that from Kevin. Just an easy high hyzer.
Is this a Firebird?
He looked like he was lining up a lot more flex. So he is really pushing something overstable to really fight back. And that is such commitment. And he is going to be rewarded. But yeah, I really am truly convinced that the safest play for the hole to get a par is to go for the green. And also,
Wow.
It's also coincidentally the safest play to get the birdie too.
That was pretty close to drawing medal for Emerson.
Excellent distance control on the flex play from Emerson Keith. Ricky going with a straight mid-range.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Is that water for them too? Like, that is just so sick.
All 4 of them right to the basket.
No, not one person missing the green. That is exactly what you want to see from your lead group. Look at that rock. That is just...
It's beautiful. Because McBeth is bouncing back. There's you got more than you ever could have hoped from his end as far as giving you a chance to come back into this thing. And Emerson's still going strong now with a beautiful shot.
That was stepping up. That is clutch, earning the follow flight. And look at the width there and the wind playing tricks, bouncing the disc up and down and coming in with a soft landing. If Katrina Allen and Simon Lizotte could do something ridiculous.
And Simon, because the other players are already close, it doesn't really matter what happens with his shot.
Unless it goes
Unless
in.
it goes in. He can go for
Spikes
that.
right under the pin.
If one of us ace, that has to be like something
aces
up top.
are $250 from me.
$250 a piece?
$250. Yeah, I'll pay $250 for an ace.
Is that what we're gonna do? Is that a group consensus? I'll also pay $250 for an ace.
To the forehand here. I like this shot.
I like this a lot.
Does it have the distance?
Oh, that is awesome. And
Absolutely
that is
parked.
a guaranteed birdie for Paul
got the
McBeth.
only
She has improved on her
guaranteed birdie right
partner's
now.
drive. Wonderful touch. That has got to feel good to throw a great shot like that when one team has just been stealing the show.
Officially, they're not the closest this time.
Or water the whole way. Simon has thrown a shot that we call a skamahawk. Has landed vertically. That was just nothing more than a showcase shot.
Simon doing a great job showing that if you spend your whole life practicing, you can throw over 300 feet of water 100 feet into the air and have the disc land on a knife edge and stick into the ground. Incredible shot.
Colten going with his hard tactic.
So good.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see right there. And we're going to zip that back real quick and get a little follow flight for this beautiful shot. I couldn't tell if it was going to clear the wall, but he just threw such a line drive shot. He could get a job throwing T-shirts out at a professional basketball game. But they would have to get waivers signed from the audience so that it didn't hurt people.
Oh my gosh.
I want to play this safe. I want to play it for just a par. But there's no way to do that. The only way to play the whole safe is to go for it, essentially. That's beautiful.
Oh, this is going to be great.
What did they do with the follow flight here? I want to see this action.
Oh, this is the unicorn sidearm from...
Yeah. Why is it so unicorn? That was butter. That was beautiful. Let's see what James goes with here. That's the pretty traditional play there. Slight flex, good height. That is so
Really good.
So good. Okay, just total 100% commitment and effort into that shot. Never in any danger whatsoever of going anywhere but perfect. Playing off that road's not a bad idea, though. If you go back to the 2012 World's Final 9, Will Schustrick hit the road with a lot of anhyzer, and the way that the disc reacts when it hits, oh, wow, that was fantastic. The way the disc reacts when it hits pavement or concrete or whatever, normally is it picks up and goes high.
I got the ball plate.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Philo very smooth, one step. That needs to be the corner. I haven't seen a better backhand than that. That could have done so many other things and been in just a truly awful spot. What is that? No way. Are you kidding me? Unreal. Is that your mantis?
Yeah.
So this is the... Okay, be quiet.
Dink. padding those 5 strokes.
Yeah.
And protecting them
Emerson's
like a national treasure.
Emerson's ace run. Oh no! No way!
Ever. Amazing. Puts her in the basket, come right out.
Well, this is the first time we've seen a follow flight for a disc that ended up 50 feet from the pin. But I've never seen one hit the base before. Oh, it's a Jomez. Okay, that's fair. Well done, Jomez. That was OB in the road on the right side all the way down. Calvin going with that Thunderbird, and you just know when somebody's feeling it because they do things like that. If that had faded just a bit more, that might have found metal. Kevin Jones going M2. And you can't really throw much more Nestle than that.
Wow, that's some great touch heading into the green. Didn't even flirt with the trees, really.
Yeah. To throw mid-range, you really have to. I mean, Kevin Jones has so much power, but the touch to be able to just slow it down, to get it over that wall comfortably. There's no danger of going out of bounds. Somewhat testy 33-footer. That's Austin's ESP Buzz, and that's also just right up nestled next to it.
Yeah, you can't even tell the difference except for the left and the right side there.
Yeah, we got one east and one west. And then we've got 2 in the far east. You need a play down the fairway, and Chris Dickerson here going with a D3 redirection and parks the shot. Kevin Jones now, he has an opportunity for the birdie, and he was way right.
And this is so short that he can just flip a little sidearm. Yeah, flip a little sidearm up. Go in. Oh my. Did that hit the bucket?
Austin going with his Buzz. And so
Oh my God, Austin.
That's so
Dirty
good.
dog, bro.
just parks it. Kevin Jones, D2.
Cake. Oh, go in.
Speechless. You really couldn't ever ask for a better kick. I'm going to steal this disc from Austin Hannum and just hide it.
He listened to us. Oh, wow.
Changing disc from the day before where he missed this gap.
Oh, wow.
Making the adjustment. And anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, man. Those are the 2 best drives we've seen on the hole.
We've got double drama going on both ends of the battle right now. Calvin Heimburg, this is the prettiest this shot has ever been thrown. I mean, you can't throw it better. You just can't throw it better.